Hey, course 3, remember when we used unit multipliers? Like we have 3 feet and we need yards. So to get there, we use a unit multiplier. We put feet on the bottom to get to yards so that the feet can get crossed out. Meanwhile, we got yards up here. How many feet to a yard? 3 feet, 1 yard. Cross, reduce, multiply 1 and 1, you get 1 yard. 3 feet is a yard. Now if I have 3 square feet, you actually have to multiply twice because it's squared, it's 2 dimensions. So the easiest way to show that is you go 3 feet times feet over 1. So that it reminds you that you have to go like this twice to get to yards. So you got yards here, yards here. You're going to end up with yards times yards. 1, 1. 3 feet squared divided by 9 basically is what it ends up being. You only get rid of one of these 3, so it's 1/3 of a yard squared. Because you're multiplying by 1, 2 unit multipliers for every dimension squared. Now with volume, it's 3 unit multipliers because there's 3 dimensions. It's to the 3rd cubic. So he measures his driveway by multiplying by all 3 dimensions. You know, it's not very thick, a driveway, so it's really 1/3 of a foot. You multiply that all out. He gets, my driveway has this much cubic feet, length, width, thickness of concrete. 216. How do I want to show cubic when I'm multiplying? Just like with squared, except now we have 3 multiplied. We want yards. Okay? Cubic yards. So we multiply, and multiply so that we can get rid of 1, 2, 3 because we want just yards at the end. 3 yards to be exact, yards cubed. Same multiplier as my example earlier. 3 feet to 1 yard. Okay. 216, let's just multiply it out over 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Reduce 8 cubic yards of concrete. All right. 1, 2, 3 unit multipliers because it's 3 dimensions cubed. Keisha set a school record running 440 yards in 1 minute. We got a rate now, yards per minute. Find Keisha's average speed for the run in miles per hour. So we have to change, there's 60 minutes to 1 hour, and there's how many yards in a mile? I'm going to have to just make sure I get this right. 1760. I think I've got my minutes in the wrong spot. Let me just think about this. Oops. Nope, I actually love where the minutes are. So we're trying to get rid of minutes across. And then we also need to turn into yards and miles. And it's 1760 yards for 1 mile. So basically what we need is 1 unit multiplier to get minutes to hours and 1 unit multiplier to get from yards to miles. Then we multiply this out. 6 times 440 divided by the 1760. Her average speed is 1.5 miles an hour. Doesn't seem very fast at all. That's because it's supposed to be 15. That makes more sense. Maybe I missed a 0. 440 times 6d. Aha. 15. So there you see some problem solving. 1.5 didn't make sense. 15 miles per hour makes sense. Why don't you try this on your own? To go from feet to inches, you're going to need, because it's squared, 2 unit multipliers. Try that in letter B. You'll need 3 unit multipliers to go from cubic meters to cubic centimeters in D. And then try H. 1 gallon per day to quarts per hour, needing a multiplier for gallons to quarts and a multiplier for days to hours. So BDH.